What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and I've got a big mail day that I want to share with you today. I've got 4 things, and I say it's a mail day. It's actually an accumulation of mail days, but I've been letting it build up, and it's definitely time to open it. So the first one here you can see is in a plain white envelope. It is from a through the mail autograph request. So I think I know who this is, and let's just show who it is here. All right, so this is... And I'm encouraged by what I see here. I'll explain in a moment. This is Rick Adelman. So I use these 2 index cards to protect the cards, and he signed those as well. That's pretty common. So those of you that are sending requests out, just keep that in mind. That might be a way to get some extra autographs to trade for later on. So I had these 2 rookie cards here, which is 69 tops. And then I also had a 71 tops that I wanted Rick to sign. And Rick... at least during his coaching days, at least when I was doing autographing, this would have been when he was with the Timberwolves, which was later on in his career. Rick was a very tough autograph. And all of a sudden, he started signing through the mail. And there have been 2 different types of signatures coming back. So there's one coming back that has a weird, like, big loop at the end of this R. And those have been called into question, although I have seen Beckett authenticate some of those. And then you've got some that look like these, which also match the ones that I saw on a website someone got at the Hall of Fame ceremony. I'm not sure if it was this past one or the one before that. So anyway, to me, these look good. These match up with the good examples. So I was ready to show you some questionable autographs, and it looks like he changed things up again. And he's signing the mail now. I don't know. I don't want to accuse the guy of not signing the mail, but it definitely, not too long ago, looked like someone else was signing. I figured I might have made a mistake sending those, but now it appears that I did not. Okay, this package here is a purchase that I made from Craig, who goes by New York City Sports Cards on Instagram. He is also the co-host of the Crosstown Cardboard podcast. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already, and that's also on YouTube. And he was traveling around to some card shops in Denver while he was on vacation, and he came across this card in the back of a case and decided that this needed to be rescued, is how he phrased it. So he reached out to me and he said, hey, basically, are you interested, or do you know any Pacers collectors that might be interested in this? So you can see it's a CJ Miles card, but this is not any CJ Miles card, and CJ doesn't have a lot of really nice Pacers cards. This might be one of the nicest ones. It's the Prizm Black. So there you go. So that's the Prizm Black from 2016. This is my first Prizm Black from 2016. It's actually pretty clean too, which that, it's a 101. I'm going to take it pretty much in any condition, but this is pretty clean. And 2016 was unique in that it didn't have the border that went all the way around like most of the other sets, but still a good looking design. So that matches really well with the Pacers because they've got the navy on the sides there. But there you go, Prizm Black 101. So I really do appreciate Craig reaching out to me about that card. And not only reaching out, he sold it to me for a very fair price because he knew that this was something for my collection. So I appreciate that. All right, so going to be hard to top that. We had some tough autographs. We had a CJ Miles 101. This is a trade. Okay, this next package is a trade. It is not from the eBay Authentication Center as it might look like. This is just what this person decided to ship in. So I made a trade with Brett, from another podcast host from the Stacking Slabs podcast. And you might have heard about this card on his Wednesday episode. He talked a little bit about it, but now I finally get my end and I get to show it off a little bit. You don't see many football cards on here. That's what you're about to see. Feels like a real eBay mail day, except the cards are not bent up. All right, so let's see. Always, friends and collectors always package things well. Remember that, so thank you. Okay, so here we go. So it might seem strange to see Brett, if you know his content, to see him trading an Andrew Luck Prizm Gold. Well, guess what? I traded something similar. So Brett was working on the Prizm Gold complete run of Andrew Luck cards, and he needed a 2014. I had a 2014 that I actually bought right after he retired. I got it super cheap, and it was in the PC. I didn't want to get rid of it. It wasn't a card that I was necessarily looking to move. Well, Brett was looking for a 2014. He then acquired 2 2013 cards, and truth be told, I think 2013 Prizm is probably my favorite Prizm ever. So even though I wasn't in a hurry to move that 2014, knowing that he needed that and then knowing he had doubles of this one, I reached out to him. I said, hey, you had 2 of those? And he said, yeah, you want to trade it for 2014? I said, let's do it. It was a trade in probably less than 5 messages. We didn't look up comps. We didn't go through all that. It was just, all right, are you happy with this? Yes. Are you happy with this? Yes. I don't even know what these would be valued at. I haven't looked at Andrew Luck Prizm Golds in a long time, but I'm happy to get this one. And I can definitely pair that with some others in my Colts Prizm Gold binder, and the hole that the 2014 made in that binder, this one will fill. So I'm happy with that. Hopefully it helps him out as well. So Brett, thanks again for that trade. All right. Hard to top that, but there is one card that I believe could possibly top that. And this is one that is a result of an interaction at the National. So I was browsing at the National early one day, and someone saw, I think I had my Wax Museum shirt on. And he mentioned that he was also from Florida. He had seen some of my content, I think some of the card show content. And he said, hey, I know you like Pacer stuff. I've got a friend that's got a card that you might like. And it's Reggie Miller's related. So I'm like, yeah, he told me what card it was. I was very interested in it. We exchanged contact info from there. I thought, I don't know if I'm ever going to hear from this guy again. Not that he would do that on purpose to me, but, the National's kind of hectic. Maybe he would forget. Lo and behold, I get an email last week. So I don't know, we're talking 3-4 weeks later with a picture of the card and a total. Very fair price. And it was just very generous of him to help me land this card for my collection. This is a very rare Reggie Miller Finals card. This is from 2000 Topps Gold label. And this is the leather parallel of the Finals jerseys. And there is not a defined print run on these. I've got a friend named Mark, who you might have heard on the show way back in the day, that's talked about these some. And he believes that there are probably no more than 25 copies of the leather version of this card. And when I say the leather version, it has the texture. I don't know, you can't see it, but it's got the texture of a basketball. And I can't even remember seeing one of these Reggies show up on eBay. I mean, it's been years. So to be able to land that for the PC, to not have to go through a bidding battle to get a fair price, it's someone I met up with at the National. That was just very exciting for me. And I can't believe I own this card. There's been several Reggie cards that I've been able to acquire recently that I never thought I would own. I'm going to have to do my top 50 list because I think this one's definitely going to go on there. So there you have it. A little bit longer mail day than normal, but it was hopefully one that you guys enjoyed. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching.